Hello, everybody. We are live with some Magic the Gathering, an all-day streaming adventure that we're going to try to raise some money for Trevor Project and Lifeline. So thanks to everybody for hanging out with us. We've got some wonderful guests to join us for today, at least for the first pod, and then we've got some wonderful guests for the second pod, and then even after that, where I'm doing some solo adventuring, playing some MTGO. We'll play some Modern Leagues. Might get somebody on to join me and play some One Piece. So if you want to learn how to play One Piece TCG, we're going to do some of that later tonight. So got lots of gaming happening today. But we've got a bunch of great guests on for this first pod. So in a second, we'll go around. We'll do some introductions. Players are still getting their decks all sorted and organized. I got a nice little keepable hand of 7. Everybody else, once you're ready, you can do. And we'll do some roll-offs and do all that stuff to get started. But if you're with us, joining us, thanks for tuning in. If you want to donate, the links are on the screen for you guys to be able to see the links there for doing it. Lifeline and Trevor Project. Thank you, of course, for the follows, but we are going to be jumping into it. Why don't we go around and do some intros, because everybody knows who I am. And if you don't yet, I'm NanMan. Hi, everybody, or the real NanMan on the interwebs, NanMan's Nerd Corners, where you can see all of the Magic content that I've got. But Unskilled Commander, tell me about yourself. Who are you?
Hello, I am the Unskilled Commander. I do comedy skits, which I'm proud of, and some deck techs so you can find all that kind of stuff on YouTube, Blue Sky, TikTok are the biggest, but I also have Instagram and Threads, of course. But mainly the Unskilled Commander was created to do charity streams here on Twitch as well. So you can always check my social media to see when the next one of those is coming up. I do have one on May 10th. I'm really excited for. I will drop formal announcement on that on Monday, so check my socials for that. And today I will be playing Wick the World Mind. It's just a rat deck. Honestly, it's fun and making the snail and stuff, but I'm really just going through a period where I'm going through a lot of my decks and finding out if I want to keep them. I've torn apart literally probably 10 decks over the last 2 months. Gone down from like 30 something to like 24 or so,
Wow.
which is good. So yeah, I'm just gonna play Wick again because I haven't played it in quite some time, and just see if it's gonna stick around.
I like it. Good plans. Good plans. I need to do that. I have so many decks that I'm like, that are sitting in quivers right now that I'm like, oh, I should go through you and see if I actually still, because like there are decks that I have not played in like 2 years now that are just sitting there waiting. So maybe that'll be.
To me, it's like if
fun.
I still have like those just 20 some decks, but I want to play them. But there's
Yes.
it's like if you're not always reaching for a deck, then that means you don't really something's up. Like you don't like it, or it didn't do well, or whatever. So it's like test it a couple times, and then if you don't like it, just get rid of it.
Yeah, figure it out. I like that. I like that. Kuro, are you here?
Someone just suggest letting go of decks. I could never.
I was going to say, like,
Not
this
for
is
me.
the opposite of Kuro, who's like 50,
Yeah.
60 decks. Where are you at now? Do you have your number
50,
count?
53,
53.
53 decks. None of them precons. All built, all ready to go. I could pick them up at any moment and be like, yes, this is why I put these cards in here. Let's rock. But I mean, and like obviously, there's no right or wrong way to play Magic.
No.
So it's just like, yeah, what works for me is being able to divide the pride of knowing that I've divided my love and attention across all these decks and can like just play them at any time, like because it brings me back to just like, oh yeah, okay, like this is why I did that. That was a cool play. Good job, Kuro. Good job, past Kuro. You
You
figured
were
out how this
thinking.
commander worked. Sort of stuff. So yeah, like it is all just like being comfortable and happy with the decks that you build, and whether it's a temporary thing or a long term, it's just about the journey. It's about winning with that deck, or at the very least, mastering whatever that deck was trying
Right.
to
Is it doing the
challenge
thing
you
that
in.
you wanted to do?
Right.
Like, I still have my tier 1 deck that I've played like one time. It's the like Volo one that makes the journal, and the whole goal
nice.
of the deck is to just play a bunch of creatures and write their names down in a little book that I have. The first time that I played it, at my like normal play group, my buddy was like, Nan plays mean decks, I'm killing that journal because he's going to do something dumb with it. I was like, I swear this is the one time that I'm not doing something dumb. I just want to write in this journal, guys. But that's the thing, just like play decks you want to do. But Kuro, tell us a little bit more about you. We know that you're like the collector of all commander decks, but besides that, who are you?
I am just waking up. I am Kurohitsuki. I am a Commander content creator. I love Commander so very much. It's my form of self-expression in this world that we live in. And yeah, I just use it to. I use Commander as a way to challenge myself, just in terms of like finding different mechanics and stuff that I really want to work on, and kind of get over different fears. Or just like, hey, like this deck right now. This is a lore-based Abzan deck because I really like the Abzan as just like as a
Thanks, Joe,
people
for the raid.
and as a like in Tarkir. So I chose the commander that I felt represents them the most, and all the cards here are all Tarkir typo basically. So if it's like from Tarkir slash like the character, like the art and characters are clearly like from Tarkir,
It fits.
I'm using them. So that is the kind of limitations there. But yeah, this is just basically telling the tale of the Abzan throughout the ages and trying to see if we can get there with our indomitable might, as it were. The commander that I've chosen is Felithar, Dawn of the Abzan. I believe that she represents everything that the Abzan can be and what they need to kind of get started the most. And I love her very dearly. So I'm ready to see if we can get there. But um, boy howdy, was there not a lot of draw power in cons. I forgot how mid-range cons was. Like how extremely excessively mid-range it was.
Yeah, it's like, all right, I'm gonna do my stuff and just kind of pass
Holy
on over.
shit.
Let's see what you do.
There's no draw in this block still. um Especially in not in non-blue colors, like
True.
Jesus, it's really bad. So we're just gonna have to hope um and maybe a little bit of pray. We'll see. But yeah, so witness my lore deck, hear the cry of the Abzan, and yeah, pass turn.
Nice. Lev, tell me about yourself.
Hello, one and all. My name is LevDev. You mostly can find me now on Blue Sky. I do sometimes do TikTok videos once in a blue moon, and sometimes I will stream Arena from time to time, especially during the streamer event, just to show off new brews. But mostly I'm known for reviewing sets and such, essentially being able to go through the spoiler season, review cards, just to try to figure out which formats they're in. But also from time to time, I also like to play Commander, and what I brought today is I brought Live Crackling Vanguard. Pretty much the minute I saw this card, I pretty much, for those who don't know me, one of my favorite commanders is Gimbal. And I just now realized, oh wait, this is Mardu Gimbal. So, and I am a Mardu main from my time in previous con standard, so I was like, well, that's a match made in heaven. So basically, this is a commander. It's a slightly upgraded precon to some extent, but it's also kind of a custom brew around this one where I prioritize mostly on this. Making custom tokens, getting the exile card draw, and trying to win with value, essentially, is the game of the Lifeline.
I dig it.
Or sometimes, like the Mardu way, just essentially attack people with a bunch of stuff.
Turn people sideways. Yeah.
Exactly.
I forgot to mention what deck I'm playing, everybody. I'm on Nine Fingers Keen because, Sultai is the superior, colors. No. I like Sultai. It's my colors of choice. And since everybody else is playing fun 3-color decks, I decided that I'm going to sit here and play with my gates and hope for the best. That's kind of my plan here. So you guys want to do some roll-offs and see who goes first? You guys got D6s or anything with you? D20s? What you got?
Got D6s on me?
D6? All right, you want to do 2D6?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, we'll do a high roll, see what we do. Oh, look at that. Big rolls coming out to start it off.
I got 8.
I got 9.
Powerful rolls. However, would you do that?
So, Lev, you got 9 there?
Yep.
All right. Whenever you're ready, Lev, you could take it away if everyone's got a keepable 7.
All ready to go?
I was like, Kuro, is that like good laughter or bad laughter? Like, I don't know if that's like.
That's I need a mulligan laughter. Well, I'll just start real quick with with just essentially while the mulligan's happening. Well, I think here this one's pretty simple. I'm just going to play a retreat tapped and then pass it to you.
Right. because we're playing the lovely gate deck, we have to start out with a gate. So I've got this Demir Guild Gate with the glare of the light.
Nice.
So
All right, we can do this.
That's
I
keepable.
guess.
All right. Then I'm gonna pass after that. Nothing too crazy.
Right.
It's so not keepable in terms of like commander, right? Like just in terms of like, oh, this hand is like all 3 drops, dog shit, awful. But then I remember the other options I have in all of Tarkir. It's like, oh, this might be the best card hand I draw all day.
Oh no.
Never mind.
Abzan.
I just play an island and pass.
Okay, draw. I will play a Path of Ancestry, tapped and pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw. I think for here, I'm going to play a Cave of Koilos. And time to play some sweet, sweet music. Bada bit, bada boop, dee da da doo. Tap 2 for Voice of Victory. 1 and a white for 1 free, mobilize 2. Your opponents can't cast spells during my turn.
That was a very good card. Okay.
With that, I shall pass.
Okie dokies. Well, I have a Boulder's Gate because we're just collecting gates over here. And
Gate counted 2. Oh no.
Gate counted 2. Watch out. I'm gonna do a little preordain. I'm gonna scry 2 and draw a card. Those are. I'll keep 1 on top and put 1 on the bottom and draw that mystery card. And that is it. Nice, exciting, just sort of drawing cards. Passing after that.
Alright. Untap, upkeep, draw. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. I'll play a swamp. And I'll tap an island for a soul ring that I just top decked.
Ooh.
Nicely timed.
Very nice.
And I will, well, yeah, I'll tap the black and soul ring with 1 floating to play Cover of Darkness, declaring rats. So creatures of the chosen type have fear. They can't be blocked except by artifact creatures and or black creatures. I will then pass turn and let that extra mana fizzle.
Alrighty. Soul Ring, come on, bro. That's not on Tarkir. I'm just kidding. They have this,
It was
they have
turn
the
2, it
Tarkir
wasn't turn
art.
1.
Hardened Scales.
Love
'Cause
it.
remember that bitch originally came from Tarkir. Let's go. I'll pass
That's a
after
great
that.
modern card.
It is a great
Mhm.
modern card. I just finished building my Hardened Scales deck in modern.
Nice.
Okay,
Very nice.
we're going to play a Wind Brisk Knight. Hide away for 1, 2, 3, 4. I think this is the most logical one to put under the hideaway. Bada boop beep bada boop doop. Then we'll tap 2 mana. Just to give myself a little bit of ramping. We're gonna play a talisman that is quite convicted. And I think I'll just go to combat. Always attack the host first for the comedy purposes. So
Yes.
I'm going to attack with the Voice of Victory, mobilize 2. And with the warrior tokens, I'm just going to attack 1 each. 1 to Kura, 1 to Unskilled Commander. So, boop, boop, boop. Sharing the love with a little pain. Boop.
Ow.
I'll take a 1.
So I'm taking.
Then,
And then 1 to me, right? Or no?
it's just 1. Doop.
Okay. How good you.
Then, in step, these will get sacrificed. And pass the turn.
Okay. Untappies, upkeep, draw. Here is a breeding pool, so we'll lose some more life. Ba-doop, ba-doop. And I'm going to play one of my favorite blue cards, As Foretold. So this is the one that lets me put counters on it, and then I get to cast spells for the price of for free based on the number of counters on As Foretold. Right now it has 0, so look out for all these 0 cost spells I'm going to start casting. But I will pass turn after that. Just sort of the slow build.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Oh, nice. All the colors. I will play a mountain. That helps.
Nice.
I will tap black and then 3 others to play Wick the World Mind. He is a 2/4. Whenever it or another rat I control enters, make a 1/1 snail. Boom. There is little Turbo.
Little turbo.
Yep. If I will make a snail if I don't control a snail. If I do control a snail, I put a +1/+1 counter on a snail I control. Then I can pay blue, black, red, and sacrifice a snail. And Wick deals damage equal to its power to each opponent, and then I draw cards equal to its power as well. So it's a lot of value for tossing, a snail around.
Mm-hmm.
But that is all I can do right now. I will pass turn.
The threats are mounting, I see. Planes and yeah, this one's an easy one. Hallow. Hallow Merc Siege. When it enters, choose abs on a Sultai. I'll choose Sultai. Whenever a counter is put on a creature I control, draw a card. This ability triggers only once each turn.
That is one of the most solid card draw engines in that deck design.
Correct. It is the best option. I'll pass. I do not have many more options.
Okay. That's fun. First things first, we do have the ramp, even though with a land that I would like to play for later, but we'll Bajuka Bog. We'll just exile NanMans graveyard since he has a graveyard at the moment.
All gone.
I can save that for later. So what I think I'm going to do now is a little bit of ramping. So 1 and a 2 again to play a Farewell Stone. Then we'll just go to combat. I'll attack the Nanman with the 1 again, and I'm just going to attack with the Warriors and just do what I did before. 1 at Unskilled and 1 at Kuro.
Everybody's getting poked. Poke, 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 poke.
Because you heard a fellow right here deck like this. That's messed up.
But yeah, with that, essentially, anything with guarding the blockers or such.
Yeah, I'm blocking the Wick, or with Wick, the one coming at me.
Okay, before the creature dies, if I recall correctly, I can activate Windbrisk Kite now since I am attacking with 3 creatures.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, I could just do it at the end of combat, so this will die. This will die at the end step, but first things first, I am going to tap and activate Windbrisk Kite since I attacked with 3 more creatures to activate and cast for free a Caretaker's Talent. Pretty much whenever one or more tokens I control enter, draw a card. This ability only triggers once each turn. And do I just want to make a random warrior for fun? Or do I want to save that for more potent tokens? I'm going to save that for more potent tokens. So, in step, this gets sacrificed. And pass the Leton.
Alright. Untappies. Upkeep. Let's put a counter on as foretold. Now I can cast things that cost 1. Well, it did not get a land, but luckily we got a ramp spell. So I'm going to do this Farseek here. And go find me a land. And I don't even think I put Surveil lands in this deck. As much as I would have loved to. I don't have enough Surveil lands. We're going to get this Watery Grave and put that in there. I'm not going to pay the life because it doesn't matter. I'll pass turn after that.
Okay. Untap, upkeep, draw. I will play a Swamp for turn. Alright. Let's see. Alright, so we're going to tap blue, black, red, and Soul Ring with 1 colorless floating
Mhm.
to play the Cult of Skaro. It's a 4/4 Dalek that says whenever it attacks, choose 1 at random. I can put a counter on each artifact creature I control. I can draw 2 cards, make a Dalek, or each opponent loses 4 life.
Cool.
I really just put that in there because it was the right colors and I had it and it looked and it's full art.
Yeah.
I know it has nothing to do with rats or anything like that. I will use the 1 colorless floating and the swamp to play a rat colony. So now that I play a rat, my snail gets 1.
You're not going to see me complain about someone playing Doctor Who cards.
Yeah, right.
Mhm.
Then I will move to combat, and we don't want flawless victories in this house, so I will send Wick over at Lev. It's 2/4.
I will take 2 die commander damage.
All right, and that is all I can do. I will pass turn.
Oh, righty dighty. Then, alrighty. Play forest. What do I got here? Weapons of mass destruction. Clearly. I think I'm going to. I'm going to pass.
Interesting.
Ooh, that might not
That's
be
a
good.
little bit ominous.
Yeah, for
Hmm.
sure, for sure.
Or he's not getting the right man.
Yeah.
No,
That
no,
Or
no. Why
that
would you
could be a
think
possibility.
that? That's such a silly thing to say. No,
Anyway.
no.
I think I'll just get my commander out now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commanders on the field. When it enters, it makes 2 Goblin Friendos, which allows me to draw a card with Caretaker's Talents trigger. First Goblin Friend. And let's find second Goblin Friend. Second Goblin Friend. We'll name this one Joe, and we'll name this one Steve. Bada-beep, bada-boop. Draw my card. Lucky enough, I got a land from that, so I'm going to play that Bedded Heath as my land for turn. And I think here we will go do a little bit of land development and actually build a room here. I'm going to build the Doll Maker's Shop.
Ooh, that's a good one.
And that one is whenever one or more non-toy... I'll make sure to lock this up real quick, but whenever one or more non-toy creatures you control attack a player, create a 1/1 white toy artifact creature token, but also it has Porcelain Galley, which is creatures I control will then have base power and toughness equal to the number of creatures I control.
Yeah.
And for the sake of comedy, we'll lock it up with a clip bar.
Nice. That works.
You just gotta have comedic moments like that. Anyway, with that, I will go to combat. I will swing at you again, NanMan, and then some triggers are going to happen. So I will make a toy as well as just I'll just do what I did before, pinging both Kuro and Unskilled Commander. That's just going to block the 1/1 warrior.
Yep.
That'll work. I'll take the 1. Pink.
And I need to remember where I put a toy.
1 as well.
Here. And with that, I shall pass the turn once I find my toy token. So, pass turn after that while I search for toys.
Yeah, go find your toys. I'm gonna do some untap and upkeep. As for told is up to 2. Let's draw. Okay, I thought it would be Temple of Mystery. Let's do some scrying. I'll put that on the bottom. It doesn't really matter. Okay. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna play this Wilderness Reclamation. At the beginning of end step, untap all lands that I control. And then I'm gonna use my As Foretold to help me cast this Profane Tutor for the price of for free. And I'm gonna go tutor up for this mystery card. Let's see. Let's go find this Maze's End because we need to like progress our game plan a bit.
No,
what?
that's silly, bro.
Who needs to do such a thing?
You're saying silly, goofy things.
Yeah, what?
I'm gonna go to end step and untap all my lands,
Mhm.
and then I'll pass.
All right. Untap, upkeep, draw. Is this horrible? Going to tap 1, 2, 3, 4 to play Insatiable Frugivore. It is a rat, so my snail gets another counter. It's a 2/4. When it enters the battlefield, I make a food token, and then if I exile 3 cards from my graveyard, I can repeat that process. I do not have any cards in my graveyard, so I cannot repeat the process. But I get a food, so that's cool. Then with my last 2 mana, one of which being black, I will play Persistent Marshstalker. It is another rat, so that goes up, and it is a 3/1. It gets +1/+0 for each other rat you control. And whenever I attack with 1 or more rats, if 7 or more cards are in my graveyard, which 0 are in my graveyard, I can pay mana and do things, but like I said, that's not anytime soon. But, so Rat Colony gets +1/+0 for each other rat, and so does Persistent Marshstalker. So 1, 2, 3. So they're each getting +3/+0. So he's a 6/1 and he's a 5/1.
Big rats.
Yep. I had a mono black rat deck for a while, and I tore it apart because it just wasn't working because of that. Like, it was a rat calling deck, but they have toughness of 1. So and they have no other real abilities. So it's like, yeah, great, it's a 12/1. You block it with a 1/1, I lose my giant rat. So it's like that's why, like, Cover of Darkness, I have to try and find ways to get them actually through. Otherwise they're not that impressive. So let's see. We're going to move to combat. But see, I want to swing at LevDev, but he's got Death Touch, and I don't like Death Touch.
No, it's fine. Just swing.
All right, because I've never actually swung with this before. I don't want to see it. I will swing Cult of Skaro, and I apologize, but I'll swing it at Kuro because you're at 37.
How could you?
It's a 4/4, and then when it I don't have a D4. 5 or 6 I have to reroll, and 1 down. Okay, of course. 4. So last one. Each opponent loses 4 life.
Bink, 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 bink.
There, I got LevDev indirectly.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Splash
Was
damage.
it still in the process of trying to find that toy token? I'll probably just improvise here. What was it?
So I
with the
attack
dollar?
Kuro with Cult of Skaro, but each opponent loses 4 life because that's the one that hit.
Okie dokie. I will lose that 4 life, and I think I'm going to improvise here. We'll say for the moment this Ugin head is a toy.
There you go. I mean, that
Perfect.
makes sense. Kuro,
And
you would
one
lose
toy
another
at the
4 because
moment.
it hits all opponents, and then the creature would hit you, unfortunately.
Okay.
But yeah, I was looking through my Dustborn bundle bots, and I could not find the toy token. But I did find one card I did need for a deck, which is that Arabella. So
Hey, that's
I will pass
beneficial.
turn after that.
All right. I'm going to tap 3 to Abzon Charm myself to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life.
Nice.
And my overly effective draw ability.
I was gonna say the only draw available.
Yep. Okay. Yikes. All right. Let me play planes. I'm just getting endless lands here. Play a Soul Ring
Nice.
into an for Soul Ring. Into an Abzan Falconeer. Into my commander.
Mm-hmm.
I won't. I'm gonna sacrifice the Soul Ring. You get +1/+1 counter on everything. Yeah, +1/+1 counter on each creature I control. First time a counter is added, draw a card.
And
Okay,
also put
another
an extra
land.
counter because of Hardened Scales.
Yeah.
Yes, it was all according to plan.
He was
I
testing
will.
us.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will then pass the turn. Oh, I get the scry too. After all that, I'll just keep that there. Pass Sereno.
And draw a card arena. So I think the best play at the moment, since I have it, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Unlock the porcelain galley. So now all my creatures at the moment are 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 toy. So they are currently all 4/4s, essentially. Anyway, I will go to combat. I will swing at my air at the commander, at Unskilled Commander, and I will swing at NanMan again with the Voice of Victory, and I will swing the goblins at Unskilled Commander again, but before that, a trigger will happen. I will make a toy, as well as this will trigger, so then essentially, as well as the warriors, so I have to determine who gets attacked by the warriors.
Now all your
Kuro's
creatures are
currently
8/8s.
What'd you say?
I think I'll attack with the warriors also at the Unskilled Commander as well. So currently all my creatures are at the moment 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8 8s. So 8 in the air, 8 on the ground. So pretty much 8. So Unskilled, you're being attacked by essentially 8, 16, 24, 32, 40. And Nanman, you're being attacked for 8.
I have
That seems bad.
no way to respond because the blue player can't cast spells during your turn, so I'm gonna take 8.
Yep.
Hmm.
Oh, and I do draw a card since I created a token.
So 1, 2, 4 things are coming at me, right?
Oh, no, wait. Yeah, so currently 1, 2, 3, 4, and a flying 8/8 commander.
Okay. Not really sure. I mean,
And before I forget, I do have
I
to do this
blocked
attack
everything,
trigger
then I'm
where I
kind of out of the game
exile
anyway.
1, 2, 3 different tokens. So I'll put them under Caretaker's Talent at the exile draw zone. Then I will draw the card with the token creation. I would say the best approach is to attack the goblins since the warriors will die on my instep, technically.
Yeah, I'm gonna double stack against both goblins, so it kills them.
Okie dokie, both goblins will die. They are 8/8 goblins, so.
Yep, my stuff dies, but I'm hitting for like 8 and 9. So
So yeah, so technically, 8, 16, you'd be attacked for 24. 8 of that is commander damage.
all right,
Big punchies.
10.
Marty way, baby.
I was getting hit for what? Goblins, little dudes.
Oh, Kurt, no, I didn't attack you at all.
Okay.
I'll play my land for turn through here,
Sweet eyeball land.
through this exiled zone from the Riv. Then I will lose a life and that, and also play. I'll play Pia. So pretty much anytime I play a land from exile or cast a spell from exile, I create a Fopter that has a Fopter artifact creature token with flying, and also Fopters I control have haste. So And with that, I shall pass the turn.
All right. Untap, upkeep, uptick this as foretold, draw for turn. Okay, we got.
I'll do an update on the dice counter here, but currently my creature's power and toughness at the moment are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're 5/5s at the moment.
All right, I'll play my Maze's End. My gate count is 2 for anybody that's keeping track at home. Also, for anyone that's watching at home, thanks for tuning in. We are trying to raise money for Trans Lifeline and the Treasure Project today. You can see the links there. So if you want to donate, do that, or just hang out with us and watch us play Commander together, because we're hanging out having fun.
If you can't donate, make sure to share the stream onto your
yeah.
social that is going on. That can always help.
Exactly. Lev, I do not like your dollhouse that you've got. It's kind of a bit of a problem.
Understand that being the case.
So
I'm guessing a disenchant in the future.
Actually, a beast within. I'm gonna give you a beast. So I'm gonna destroy target permanent, and you get a 3/3 beast off of it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna complain about that.
I'm gonna cast
That's a differently named token in my book.
Right. I'm gonna cast it with as foretold, so I can save my mana. And I'm gonna cast my commander. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 9 Fingers Keens, the Menace, Ward, got to pay the 9 life, and then if I deal damage to somebody, I get to start looking at the top couple cards of my library. But I have nothing else except for to go to my untap step and untap on my end step there. Pass turn after that.
Okay, note to self, after the stream, order some Affinity tokens for this deck.
They're the best.
Command Tower for turn. Then tap Soul Ring and 2 blue to play Spellgyre, Surveil 2, then draw 2 cards. I'll put this in the graveyard, and this back on top, and then draw 2. I will then tap a black and 1 other to play another Rat Colony, which will make it Snail. So we'll put these over here like that. Then we will move to combat, and I will swing Wick and Cult of Skaro down to Lev. Do you have any black creatures up for blocking, Lev?
No black creatures at the moment.
Okay, so Wick has fear, so it'll get through. It's 2 commander. And then Cult of Skaro is a 4/4, but I have a trigger on attack. So 1 through 4 starting at the top, going down. 3. So I make a 3/3 black Dalek artifact creature token.
I should say, though, I do have 2 toys, which are artifact creatures that can block.
Oh. Okay, they're 1/1s?
They're 1/1, so I'm just going to chump block with a toy, to be honest with you. And
Yep, no, that's fine.
I'll just... And then Skaro is Menace 4/3, if I recall correctly.
Nope, just 4/4.
Oh, 4/4. Okay.
Mhm.
I still keep
And
my
the ability.
toy for the exile draw, honestly. And what did you do with the activated attack trigger?
It's random, and I made a Dalek.
Okay. So, yeah. I'll take the 4 at the moment. I got the life.
Must be nice. I will go ahead and pass turn after that.
Okay. Okay. How to make things to sacrifice to my commander. I see where. Actually, shit. Let me play Kishla Village. At least all my creatures are flying. That's cool. Boo 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 boo. I'm going to pay for Jesus 5 mana to surveil 2. put that up top. And I will... Looks like I'll be passing the turn here. We
Interesting.
have too many
Okay.
lands.
How many lands did you add to
It's
the
kind
deck?
of one of those days where you wish very hard to make you
37.
sacrifice lands.
37. Okay. Yeah.
Anyway, untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Okay, here's how I'm going to approach this. First, we're going to do 3 mana to play a Windcrag Siege. As this enchantment enters, choose Mardu or Jeskai. I'm going to choose Mardu. If a creature attacking causes a triggered ability of a permanent you control to trigger, that ability triggers an additional time. Mardu for that. Woo! Then I think I am also going to tap 1, 2, and tap the Farewell Store for red to play an Anem Pakal, Thousand Moon, which is a human soldier 1/2. Whenever I attack with one or more non-gnome creatures, put a +1/+1 counter on Anem Pakal. Then create Et's 1/1 colorless gnome artifact creature tokens that are tapped and attacking, where Et's is the number of +1/+1 counters on Anem Pakal. So in other words, destroying that porcelain galley was a very good idea.
Yeah.
So with that, I think I will go to combat. And I think at the moment, all I'm just going to do is... While making some warriors would be nice, I think I'm just going to attack my commander just to share some love. When I'll attack Kuro with my 4/4 commander, which then the attack triggers are going to occur, so 2 of them specifically are going to happen, and they will trigger twice, which is Anem Pakal's trigger, so I'm going to technically put 2 counters on Anem Pakal, and then essentially first attack with... Well, first counter, then attack with a tapped 1/1 gnome creature token, then a second counter is going to... I'll get the gnome tokens real quick, but for the sake of just simplicity real quick, I'm going to make 1 gnome, then we'll make 2 gnomes, which will be 3 tapped and attacking, and we'll have the 3 gnomes attacking NanMan, and then essentially the attack trigger on Nariv will trigger, so essentially I will exile cards for the number of differently named tokens twice. So currently I have 1, 2, 3 different tokens. So, before I forget, I also draw a card, so I have to do that when I made the tokens. Then I will first time exile 3, 1, 2, 3. Then I will do it one more time. For people who don't know, who are new to the stream, I'm putting the hand that's going to be exiled to the left, essentially here, so people know what I have in the exile play. So then one more time. 1, 2, 3. And we'll go to damage.
Are these gnomes 1/1s?
They are just 1/1 artifact creatures.
And how many did you say were coming at me again?
3.
3. All right, I'll eat one of them and take the other 2.
And did you took the 4 commander damage with flying, Kura?
Yeah, we said 4/4.
Yep, just the 4/4.
My commander does have flying.
Oh, it does. Oh, yeah, it does.
That's what I'm talking here.
But it does have Death Touch. Keep that in mind.
My commander comes back. I'll block.
Ooh.
Yeah, fair enough. That was a misplay on my part. Anyway, we trade.
All right, I'm going to pop my Maze End while you guys are doing all that trading.
All that goofy stuff.
Yeah, let's find a gate.
Well, at least I attacked with my commander, so if I recall correctly, I still have access to these cards until the end of turn.
100%.
Actually, no. Wait a minute. I know what I'm going to do. Actually, before damage is dealt, I forgot. I control my commander. I'm going to Deadly Rollick exile your commander before the damage is dealt.
Okay.
But yeah, at least you don't get dealt 4 commander damage. So then, after that, did you block one of my gnomes, NanMan?
I did. I ate one of them with my commander.
Okay, so 2 gnome tokens.
They were no malicious.
One could argue that nomenclature. At the moment, then, also need to remind myself I cast something from exile, so I did also make a Thopter. I'll make that Thopter token real quick as well. But at the moment, first, let's just finish this turn, and I'll get the token upkeep. So I'm going to tap the land and this to play another Talisman of Hierarchy, which will make another Thopter. So I need to remind myself I'm making 2 Thopters at the moment. That's a free beast. And then I will also just lose a life, bada boop, going down to 29. Play a Viserys here, which will allow me to make another Thopter, so that's going to be 3 Thopters. And I can't really play anything more from the exile zone after that. So with that, I'm going to get some tokens, and I am going to pass the turn.
Okay.
Lucky enough with Gimbal, I know I have gnomes.
Untappies. Upkeep. Let's keep ticking up as foretold. Do some drawing. All right. I have 3 gates currently. I'm going to tap 3 and play this Retreat to Kurohitsuki. It's got that landfall ability, so whenever land enters, I can either tap or untap target creature, or I can do some scrying. Let's see. You've got so many creatures over there.
Bardu shenanigans.
Yeah.
Doo-doo.
Yeah. Kuro, I'm gonna send my commander at you so I can get some triggers here. It's a 4/4
Reasonable.
menace. Which lets me look at the top 9 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ooh, I almost got it. And then what is it?
Hey,
You can put
that's perfect.
a gate. All right, I gotta put a gate from among them. All right, that'll work. Ooh, luckily I got a gate. Seagate enters tapped. I'm gonna turn it into the Simic one because I don't have that yet. And then where do the rest go? Rest them to rest on the bottom. Okay, bam. Trigger off the retreat will untap our commander. And then my land for turn will be this Maze's End, which enters tapped, and I'll scry one. It doesn't matter. We'll keep it on top. Then I'll go to my end step, aka untap step number 2, and untap all of these lovely lands. So I have 4 gates at the moment. And I will pass.
Untap, upkeep, draw for turn. Okay, that's a land. I'll play that. It's not super helpful right now. So I can do that, and that, or that. Well, I guess the smart thing is we'll tap the Soul Ring to sack the food token to gain 3 life. 3. Then 2 black and 3 others to play Marrow Gnawer. It is a rat, so my snail gets a counter. It's a 2/3. All rats have fear, but they already have fear from Cover of Darkness. So that now they're doubly feared. They are afeared.
They're super scary.
And I can tap and sacrifice a rat to make X 1/1 rats equal to the number of rats I control, which is currently 1, 2, 3. So I really wouldn't be that many. But my rat colony does go up by 2 because I have 2 other rats. So it's a 4/1 right now. Hmm. Well, fortunately, I guess we just have to, since Lev's got a veritable shadow army down there, all solo leveling style, we better
Oh,
leave up a
love me
bunch of
some solo
blockers.
leveling.
What's that?
I said I love me some solo leveling.
So good, so good. I'm like, I've read a bunch. I have the mangas as
Yeah.
well, like comics. So I'm ahead, but I'm like, I was so loving like seeing how
They
they did
actually
it.
animated it. Yes, same.
Yeah, because I mean, that's the thing. Like when you read it, it's like the fight panels are just like a blur.
Mm-hmm.
Like the fights in the anime are like so much better. Like it's so much more, because it's moving, it's visceral. But yeah, like I love that show so much. But that's all I got. I will go ahead and pass.
Alrighty. All right. Let's see what we got here. Planes. We're gonna outlast the Abton Falconeer. It's a counter going on a creature of mine. Draw a card. Okay, that's another land. I'm not enjoying this.
No.
Let's do Anafenza Kintry Spirit.
Very nice.
Did you get your extra hardened scales counter on that when you
I
exerted
do.
it?
I do. I do. I do. Uh, Let's. We'll pass after that.
Okay. Untap.
Yeah.
It's like you said that as a question. I don't know.
I was questioning myself.
Draw my card for turn. Well, there was one thing I wanted to try with this commander, so hold on to your horses.
Uh-oh.
I don't
One,
have
two,
horses. I
three,
have
four.
rats. Oh no.
That's like all I got is a cat
We're
on
gonna
my lap.
play Helm of the Host.
Oh no.
Okay. Yep.
So then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am going to attempt to attach Helm of the Host onto my Narib. Oh wait, and yeah, don't have to worry about responses thanks to Voice of Victory.
Just gotta sit here and stare at it. Sadly,
Yeah, we can't do
You just
nothing
cry in
about it.
response. It's fine.
Yep. Crying is on the stack.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, time to draw. Well, semi-draw in quotation marks a ton of cards. So I am going to go to combat here. So at combat with the Helm of the Host Helm of the Host trigger, I am going to make a non-legendary copy of Narib.
Mm-hmm.
And then we are going to, we don't need that since I already got the gnomes already set here. I'm just going to split the love here, and I'm going to swing the Nariv, the one with the Helm of the Host, to Nan, and then I will swing the token copy at Unskilled, but some attack triggers are going to occur that double, so technically I'm going to be making some gnomes, so I'm going to be making 3 tapped attacking gnomes at the moment for the first trigger. Then I am also going to make 4 attacking gnomes after that, so it's 7 tapped and attacking gnomes. I'm just going to swing 7 at Kuro for fun, so 7 tapped and attacking gnomes. And then now the attack triggers for these are going to occur twice, so I'm going to, since I currently have 1, 2, 3, 4 different type of tokens, I am going to exile the top of my library essentially for essentially 4 cards twice. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I would do it one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. We go to blockers or combat damage.
I'll block 1 gnome, and I'll take 6.
I have no flying or reach, so I have to take the 4.
Yep, I take 4.
And I will take the commander damage. Where is it? Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop.
Then
All right.
we go to the second main, so I'm going to play Castle Ardenvale as my land for turn.
Mm-hmm.
From the exile, which will make another Fopter. We'll make that Fopter in a minute. I currently have access just to 2 mana. Do I have any 2 mana plays here? From this pile, surprisingly, no. Do I have any from my hand? Surprisingly, yes. So I'm going to tap this and tap the mana rock to play a Blade of Selves.
Ooh, is that the mirrored one?
Yep.
That's the Myriad
all
one.
Right, all right.
And with that, I shall pass the turn.
Okay.
I think it's safe to say I became the arch enemy.
Yeah.
One could say.
A little bit.
All right. Boop, 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 boop. I actually like my card on top, so I'm not gonna activate Maze's End. I want to draw that card. Okay, we're gonna do some stuff here. Tap 3 and play an Eternal Witness. I'm gonna get back this
Nice.
Profane Tutor. And then I'm going to cast it for the price of for free with this As Foretold. I don't think I have anything in this deck that's going to help me deal with your board, Lev.
No board wipes in there somewhere?
That's what I'm looking right now. I'm like, did I keep them in here?
Yeah, I mean, I have a Maze's End deck as well, and I don't think I might have a board wipe in it. I don't know.
Oh, because
It's all just built around.
I mean,
getting
for
ready.
Gates
look,
deck,
I want to show you.
the
This
plus-
is the board wipe that I have in here, the Crux of Fate, which doesn't help against the dragons.
Oh, wait, do that.
Get that? Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it does it. But you can destroy all non-dragons and destroy all my rest of my board.
That's
Right.
true.
Yeah, that's fine.
I don't think I have anything else, so let's go with that route. Okay, the cruxiest of the fatist will be my
Do non-dragons.
Yeah, well, let's see.
That's probably the best approach here, honestly.
All right. I have a lovely basic forest for turn, which I'll do a scry real quick. Yeah, that's fine. We'll keep it on top. Then I'm going to use this Boulder's Gate. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4 gates. I'm going to make 4 black. And we'll do this Crux of Fate and destroy all non-dragons. Oh, I should have attacked.
All my non-dragons are dead.
Oh, well.
Boop. That's including the Voice of Victory, so now people can interact during my turn.
Ooh.
Sad face.
That's good. That's good. And then...
That being said, I was surprised how much Voice actually helped me develop my early game.
Right. I'll also do this Sylvan Scrying as my last little bit to find a land, and then do my untappiness on my end step, because I got nothing else that I can do, but I'm going to go tutor for another gate at this point. And pass it a turn.
Okay.
Do I want that gate? Maybe.
Untap, upkeep, draw. Yep, I knew it'd be a land. Super helpful. Swamp. 1, 2, 3 for Bonder's Ornament. Then I'll tap 4 and tap it. Hey, anybody with a Bonder's Ornament gets to draw a card. Just me? Okay.
Just me right now? Darn.
Let's see. And that's... Yep. That'd be nice maybe next turn if I get there. Yeah, pass turn.
I'm going to go find a Basilisk Gate as my gate
Alright,
off of
I'm
Sylvan Scrying.
going to...
You already have Gone to Gate on the field?
No, but I'm going to go get it with this Maze in while I'm...
I was gonna
doing
say,
my
like,
thing.
How many
always the
dragons
first
are
gate you
left?
get.
Currently, my dragons are just my regional commander, as
Mhm.
with Helm on it, as well as the token copy
Okay.
that was made by Helm.
Yeah, I'm going to exile target multicolored creature or multicolored enchantment. It even has a Kolagon dragon on there getting vaporized. So
Nice.
that.
I'm guessing the one with the Helm of the Host copy on it.
Yeah, the one with the helm of the host on it.
Fair enough. Goes back to the command zone.
Okie dokie. So there's that. I did that for us. Yes, team.
Nice,
Good.
thank you.
Good work. Good work.
Oh, another land. Okay. Cool. 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 And then
Do a scry. That'll work.
Hmm.
All right.
I will. Felithar not being able to sacrifice lands is kind of an issue.
Yeah, I'm kind of surprised they made it where you can't sacrifice lands with that commander.
It's just not really like an Abzon thing, I guess, but
Mm.
I would so do that right now. I'm gonna cast Felithar. Scry. Okay, that stays on top. At least that exists.
Mm-hmm.
Something to look forward to. And then I will cast the. Felithar costs 2 more. She does cost 2 more.
That's how the Narib copy. Well, not that's how flat untap. Draw.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna play a mountain as my land for turn, so I'm going to have to do this now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Going to have to recast the commander.
Mm-hmm.
Then I don't really have anything I want to do in hand, so I'm just going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Attach the Helm of the Host to Narib again, just for the comedy purposes.
In response, I will cast Kintree Severance. Exile target permanent mana costs 5 or greater. I'll get rid of that helm.
Ooh.
Oh, okay. It is exiled. No more additional Naribs. Fair enough.
That's
Anyway,
I do this
with
for all
that,
of you.
Thanks, Kuro.
with that, I think I will attack you with the copy of Narib carry out
That
real
makes a lot of
quick.
sense. That does make a lot of sense, yeah.
So then, essentially, then it will just exile the top one card of the library, since I only have this as my token at the moment. Well, at least good to know I have a Blasphemous Act if I need it.
Ooh.
But since I still need to attack with my commander to access this whole exile land pile, so that's the poetic irony with this commander. Anyway, with that, I will pass turn.
Okay. Do some untappies. Upkeep. Draw for turn. Alright. We're going to play this Maze's End. Gate count is currently 5 for those keeping track at home. Let's do some surveillance. That doesn't really matter. I'm going to cast my commander with this as foretold cost.
Oh.
And I'm going to cast this Root Path Purifier here. All my lands are basic in my deck as well. Not that I have anything to do with that at the moment, but just in case it comes up.
It's so basic.
So basic.
I'm sure I won't. I'm sure
Yeah,
there's no way it would come
no,
up.
no reason to interact with that at all. Go to the untap step number 2 and untap the rest of my lands, and I shall pass turn.
Oh, that means they're not gates anymore. Cool. No, I'm just kidding. They're all basics. That doesn't count.
Basic doesn't count.
No, no. Untap, upkeep, draw. All right, so we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then tax. Recast Wick the World Mind, which will make a snail. Then I got 4 mana. I will tap 2 to play a rat colony, which will give my snail a counter.
Mm-hmm.
And my rat colony also gets an extra 1 because of Wick, just being a rat. But unfortunately, that is all I can do. I will pass.
All right, Kuro. What you got? What you been hiding over here?
Oh, did we lose Kuro?
Okay, sorry.
Correct.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I had to step away for a quick second.
You're good.
No
I'll
worries.
be back in time. All right. Okay. Mhm. Swamp. All right. This might be.
Okay, I'm curious here. And for people, for the record, I did have to exile some extra cards because I forgot I made the Goblin tokens as well as the Windcrag Siege trigger, which triggered these. So I put those in the exile while during people's turns because I forgot about that.
Mm.
I'll forgive you this time.
There's so much for you to keep track of.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be one of those I need to debate whether Gimbal or this one is the one where I keep the most track of stuff.
They are definitely within locked competition.
Yeah.
That is for sure. Okay. That and then this would be my options, I suppose. Also, I need green. Very rarely. All right. I'm going to do Merciless Executioner.
Mm.
When it enters, each opponent's or each player sacrifices a creature.
Okay, I'll get rid of my.
One Goblin
I'm
goes
going
bye
to
bye.
scry this land to the bottom.
Yeah, get it out of here.
Rid of this rat.
Yeah, there. And I'll sacrifice the Merciless Executioner. That is 4 creatures that have died. Yeah, 4 creatures that have died. I'm going to play Bone Devourer. This creature enters with a number of +1/+1 counters equal to the number of creatures that died this turn. When this creature dies, I may draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of +1/+1 counters on it. You see where this is going.
That's cool.
Would be placed on a creature, but this enters with, so it doesn't count. I'm going to then go to combat for the first time. Look at that.
Oh yeah, Bone Devourer
enters
should
with,
be
damn.
with an extra, so it should be 5 counters.
It says
Yeah.
that it enters with those counters. I don't know if that does it that way, but you know what? I like that lore.
Oh,
So
yeah.
we'll do 5 there.
Fair enough.
I mean, that would count as put on a creature too with Hallowmark Siege then, so I guess I'll draw from
Yeah.
there. This is pretty cool. Yeah. I'll swing Felithar over towards. How big is your commander, Lev?
4/4.
I'll swing Felithar over your way. I'm going to sacrifice the permanents with a +1/+1 counter on all my stuff. I will sacrifice the
Okey-dokey.
Bone Devourer.
Mm.
So then,
Let's
how
see.
big is Felifar?
5. I'm gonna draw 5.
Okay, and you're draw 5 cards.
5. Yeah, I'm gonna draw
I'll
5
take the
and
5.
lose 5.
Go down 24.
Yippers.
And make sure that's 5 commander damage.
Yeah.
5. Oh.
Oh, not sure. Oh, god damn it. Oh, no, it's fine. Fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Yep. All right, that was me. I did the thing.
It did the thing.
I did the thing. That was a
You've been
pretty
carrying the game,
explosive
Kuro.
thing to do.
You've been carrying the game. Once that stopped the other play, got taken out, you're like, okay, boom, I blow up this.
Mm-hmm.
I take care of everybody. I save us all. So
Welcome to Kurohitsuki games.
Right.
Just what I do, no big deal.
It's just what I do. Just be a hero.
What's that? I've only got one creature on the field. That's okay. I saved your asses 5 times. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Who needs more than one?
I guess I'll just kind of carry the game on my back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Alrighty, LevDev. It's all up to you.
All right,
By up
what
to you,
scary stuff you got?
Well, first things first, let's see what we draw into.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Okay. I'm going to first go to... Well, actually, first. I'm going to attempt to... No, that's 4. I forgot the quick cost for that is expensive. I think what I'm going to do is sequence it like this. I'm just going to swing 4 at Unskilled Commander and 4 at Commander at the NanMan real quick, just to get the attack triggers real quick.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So trigger. So currently I only have 2 differently named tokens. So and then they will trigger twice. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Hey, it's Gold Clan. So you both take 4.
Yes.
Yep, I did.
I'll take the 4.
We each take 4.
Okay.
Bink, bink.
Oh
No,
no,
it's
just
2.
Unskilled and
Bink, bink.
so then now going to 1, 2, 3. Let's see, make sure I put black in here to make sure that I can cast this. I am going to now cast Prosper Tomebound.
Oh.
Death Touch 1/4. Mystic Atom at the beginning of your end step. I can add to the top card in my library until the end of your next turn. You may play that card. But most importantly, whenever I play a card from exile, I create a treasure token. I think we all see where this is going.
It's gonna get crazy.
Anyway, I'm going to play my land for turn from there, so I am going to make 1 treasure token.
Yep. Are you able to just cast all the things from exile now? Do you have enough low
I'm not
cost stuff?
sure, to be honest with you. I will try, but we'll see. Then I will sacrifice the treasure just to play the Skull Clamp, which then will create a treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'll tap 2 and sacrifice the treasure for red to play an infantry shield, which then will make a treasure. Then I will lose a life for the black. Oh, I don't even have to lose a life because I could just... Oh, no, wait, I have to, Mardu. So, lose that life. To then play Durgo Stormrender, make that treasure again.
Alright, while you're doing all this, I'm going to go use my maze end and go find a gate. I guess it's irrelevant to what's happening, but it'll just make my gate count bigger.
Then I'll tap 1, 2 like that. And sacrifice a treasure to then cast... We'll do Adeline since I had the white from that. Make a treasure. Then we will tap these, so that's 2, 3. So we'll do it like this, where I only have to lose 1 more life. Then I will play Zurgo, Thunder's Decree, make that treasure. And do I have anything for 2 that is not Blasphemous Act?
Go ahead, use it.
Yeah, I
No.
mean, it's blasphemous. The board's getting out of hand right now. We gotta...
Yeah, you know what? Hey, listen, if you have to use Blasphemous Act, we're not going to stop you, That's, it just be like that sometimes.
Wouldn't hold it against
I think I will, as the poets say, refrain this time, but I do need to remember I do have 1 more treasure.
Jesus Christ.
And I do need to remember I did draw a card when I made that treasure token the first time, so we're going to put stuff like this. Full clamp here, infantry trader here, commander here, then just stuff here. And then I think I will, just in case, for just a little bit of insurance policy, tap 1 and put a skull clamp on, let's just say, my original Nariv, so I can draw some cards if it goes bye-bye. And I was hoping for a more explosive turn, but on the other hand, I did a lot of resource generation, so with that, I will pass the turn. Really, upon post-reflection, what I probably should have done is did the Thunder Unity first, since I was going to cast a lot of creatures, but hey, you live, you learn. Pass turn.
Nah, you're good.
Untappies, upkeep, draw. Well, we know for sure we're going to play this Maze in because, that's the thing to do. All right. Lev, how many blockers you got right now? You got like an army still going on over there?
Currently, I have a 1/1 Goblin, a 3/3 Zergo, a 2/4 Zergo, and a Etz for Adeline, which is equal to the number of creatures I control, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, so it's a 7/4, and a 1/4 with Death Touch. Oh, and before I forget, I do also have the Etzel under him. I can play that at my in-step. Next in-step.
Okay. Well, we're in a rough spot here.
No, it's fine, bro.
It's fine. Everything's working out as intended.
Yeah.
Everything's coming up Millhouse.
Yeah.
Millhouse, yes.
I'm gonna play a little turtle shaman here. Let's do some turtle power.
Just a little guy.
He's a little guy. He's a little 2/4. Other permanents enter the battlefield tapped. As long as my little friend is untapped. So maybe that'll slow down some stuff. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna really make any difference at this point in time. So I'm gonna go to my little untappy step here and untap my lands. We'll get up to 7 gates, almost.
You should have played that first and then played Maze's End.
I know, but that would have been big brain plays that I should have tracked. Oh well. Pass turn after that. So
Untap, upkeep, draw. Well, that's not entirely horrible. So we'll do a blue and 2 others for propaganda.
nice.
So creatures can't attack me unless they pay 2.
Well then.
Propaganda.
Then,
Wait a minute.
no, I did that. I went the card draw, but I don't know that hurting the others is a good idea right now. So we'll tap 4 and play the last card in my hand right now, Hazel's Nocturne. Return up to 2 target creature cards from my graveyard to my hand. Each opponent loses 2 life, and I gain 2 life. I will just get 2 rat colonies back to my hand. Then I will tap a black and 1 other to play one of them. Put a counter on the snail. Lev, did you take your 2 damage?
Oh, yeah, I'll take that real quick. My apologies.
No problem.
Down 20.
Lev, do you have any black or artifact creatures up?
Currently, no. Not the... Oh, no, wait. I have Prosper. 1/4 Death Touch. Oh, no, wait.
Oh, that's right. Yep.
1/4 Death Touch and my Zergos.
Zergos.
Gotcha. Okay. So Wick's not getting through. All right. I guess that's all I can do right now. I will pass turn.
Okie dokie. Okay. How does Kuro save the Damn it. Okay.
You got a
well,
board wipe.
is that what's needed
Doesn't
again?
have to be a board. Why?
I will tell you needs to be a board wipe, or I'm going to win next turn.
Okay, well, I don't have another board wipe. Tarkir only had so many of them.
Yeah,
Thank
there's
you.
only so many in the
There's
Absans
literally only
arsenal.
so many. Um. Jeebus. Okay. Hmm. All right. This is a pain. This is pain. 1, 2, 3 for a Tusk Guard captain. Um.
Trample. Okay, okay.
I mean, if you have a way to deal 16 damage to me, that could also just kill me with commander damage with your fellow far.
You have a lot of blockers.
That is the catch.
Hmm. It's a math problem. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. If I had 9 mana, 6 doesn't.
Here,
help
I'll let you borrow
me.
some of mine.
That. Hey, listen.
What's those battle bond cards where you can pay mana into them and help somebody?
Right?
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, the temps and all that. Yeah. Okay. There's a math problem here that can happen. I'm just trying to see how well I can do said math problem. Um. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5. I only need 5. We'll do that. Hamza, Guardian of Rashin.
Ooh.
That's a warrior. Turns out. Oh, look, a card that I want. Okay. A card that it'd be okay if it exists more. And then my creatures cost less. For each creature that has stuff on it. So this costs 2. But then I only have 2 mana left, which is not very good. I'm gonna go to combat. Yeah, there's really nothing I can do, sadly. There's because how many? Yeah, you have a lot of blockers. You just have like a lot. That's just
Big old wall.
the long and short of it.
That is the tall and fat man of it.
True.
True.
5. That cost me 4. It's already cost me 4. Oh, it cost me. Oh, so I changed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Elite Scale Guard for 5. Bolster 2. Right here, Hamza costs 4 now. Oh, look at that. I've figured out the equation.
Math.
And let me play this Planes. So then Hamza costs 4. which means that this custard costs 1. There we go. I did it. I figured it out.
Woo!
I figured it out. I played my most optimal plays. Has that led to anything? No, not a damn.
More
not a
creatures.
damn
That's
thing.
about it.
Yeah,
Did the Abzan
Building up the
thing.
walls.
I did the Abzan thing. All right, I'm gonna swing. Gonna swing a 5/5 trampler over at LevDev, and whatever your biggest, ugliest blocker is. Actually, Adeline's beautiful. Never mind. Just your biggest blocker. I'll tap it down with Elite Scale Guard's ability.
Fair enough. Well, I'll just still take the 5 at the moment, unless you have any post-combat tricks or.
God, if only.
Yeah,
Before I-
right. Surprise!
If
dessert.
only. And that is all. That is all I have.
Okay, well, let us do what Mardu does and have fun
Yeah.
with combat. But first things first, draw a card. Yeah, we'll play Castle Emperor as my land for turn. So we're going to set that aside for a minute. Then we're going to tap this and lose a life for white here. Doop. To, with a cute little doggy, rip apart, aka destroy target artifact or enchantment mode on the propaganda.
Mm.
Wait, sorry, what was that?
I'm going to rip apart, aka destroy target artifact or enchantment mode on your propaganda.
Mhm.
Then I am going to make sure, so we need to save 3 red here, so red, boop. So then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Mardu with that in the cost. I'm going to play All Out Assault,
All out.
which creatures I control get +1/+1 and have Death Touch. And whenever this enchantment enters, if it's your main phase, there's an additional combat phase after this phase, followed by an additional main phase. When your nets attack each turn and tap each creature you control.
That'll. Yep. I got no response to that.
I simply
Okay,
cry.
and then
and weep.
Yes.
Then also before I forget, actually it makes more practical for damage to do 1, 2, 3. I'm going to equip Infantry Shield on my Narib, which currently now is a 5/3. So pretty much when it attacks, it's going to mobilize 5. And then I will then attack 4 to equip it, the Blade of Selves, to the non-combat or non-legendary copy of Narib. And we're going to go to combat. We'll first swing everything at NanMan at the moment.
Let's see. What can I eat in this?
Before that, there is some attack triggers I need to resolve.
Oh yeah,
so.
do your attack triggers before we go to Bloxies and everything.
So currently, I have mobilized technically 2, 3, 8. So I'm going to make 8 warrior tokens. For the sake of simplicity, we are just going to say I chose the one goblin that did not have the warrior token attached to it. We'll have 8 warrior tokens, and then the Adeline triggers, which makes
Ooh,
a
God.
1/1 white human token.
So it's gonna be real big.
We'll say that's a human at
Be
the
a little
moment.
big.
1/1 human. So then technically, oh wait, and then that triggers twice. So then I technically make 16 attacking warrior tokens and 2 humans, and I'll have these tokens attacking Kuro. So that's a total of 18 damage going to Kuro. And then
Yeah.
essentially, then what happens is then these attack triggers occur. So currently, I have 1, 2, 3, 4 differently named tokens. So I'm going to exile 8 cards essentially. 1, 2, 3, 4 once, and then 1, 2.
Are we just on the mill out
3,
plan? Win through milling you out
4.
now?
I think that's your best
I think
option.
that's-
I'm
Yep.
dead, so
Yeah.
I don't have much say, but I think that's your best option.
Yeah, I have. I can eat
that for you.
2 things. I think I can Eat prosper.
Oh, and also Myriad trigger happens with this.
God,
So,
yeah.
so then technically that triggers twice. So you're gonna get Sween Unskilled Commander with 2 4/4 flyers essentially.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I am waylaid.
Yeah. We'll just call it there.
And we just go to the second combat, and I'll finish
and
the
kill
rest
whoever
off,
else
so.
is left. Woo.
Yep.
Yeah, whoever else is
So.
Yes.
In response to the first attack trigger, scoop, haha, take it from you. Just kidding.
Fair enough.
Just kidding.
So, what do we learn today, y'all?
Mardu is scary.
Take out Lev first.
Yeah, that's it. That's
remove lands from this deck.
yeah,
Clearly.
actually, that's true too.
Yeah, I think that's the truest thing I've learned. I don't know about the rest of you.
Well, at least I can say now that I think Nariv is up to Mardu Gimbal status at the very least.
Okay, yeah, good. Ah,
Please
Also,
be
the
here to
exile
tell
hand
me.
you get is kind of absurd.
yeah, that was crazy how many cards you were exiling, like, and going through stuff. Deck's very cool. Deck's very cool.
Yep, very powerful, very cool.
Brian, I love your little sleeping Pokemon that you've got.
Thank you.
Aw.
See, every time you hit me, you wake them up. That's why you're not supposed to hit me.
You want to hear little birthday boy? Not a kid with glasses. Come on now.
Right. So, Kuro, what'd you think of the deck minus too many lands? Like,
There were multiple, so I need to run more of like these guys, just like the low drop endure for one.
Yeah.
Because the fact that
Yeah.
I was not able to sacrifice anything that wasn't valuable to me for my commander was a huge hindrance, right? Because like that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
But like if I sacrifice the only creature that exists, then
Then
I'm
you're
not really putting
stuck.
plus and plus encounters on
Right.
anything.
Are
So the go ahead.
I said, are you running like the Ozolith and stuff in there, like to like?
No, because it's
utilize-
all
Oh, right.
It's completely
it's pure.
Tarkir type.
Got it. Yeah.
Yeah,
No
it's
cards
completely
outside of Tarkir.
purely
Yeah.
Tarkir type. Yeah, it's very. It is a legendary artifact outside of Tarkir. I can't finagle that one. Try as I might. So yeah, other than that, I mean, it's just like learning those little things. Like also like doing abs on Typal more specifically does make it like a little. Like we're not like because I'm doing a challenge, like I'm doing a
Right.
deck stream later today of just like other people playing like similar builds where it's just like, you know, this is the Sultai. This is Sultai.deck.
Right.
And
it does the thing that it's trying to do. Like, does the Abzan
Right.
thing do the thing that it's trying to do with like the +1 counters or like
Right.
big toughness, big dumb butt people?
Exactly. And there's like some crossover with like cards that are depicting other factions or whatever,
Mhm.
but it's still largely like this is Tarkir and this is what the Abzan or the Sultai or the Mardu would be kind of up to. So yeah, that's
That makes sense.
yeah. I do wish I had access to some of these Mardu cards. They make a
Ah,
bunch
it's
of
like
fucking
this, crazy.
warriors. They just shit those things out. Like I love that.
Like, I
That
heard you
sounds
like
great.
warriors. Here's a bunch. Oh, also some goblins
Yeah.
here too, and some of the
Cool. I'd love to sacrifice those for my creatures
Yeah.
to get bigger, but
True.
sadly they
Yeah.
are very Mardu.
Mhm.
Voice of Victory would be baller as hell.
Yeah.
But there's not a more Mardu card that exists. So, but yeah, stay tuned for that if you're into
Into that sort of thing.
Type-y battles. But yeah, I think it's gonna be sweet.
No. So Unskilled, what do we think about Wick? Is it still like? Are we feeling like it's doing the thing you want it to do?
Poorly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't do poorly. I mean, it made rats and did stuff, but it's one of those things where even though I was getting a couple rats out, like I wasn't getting enough mana to like drop a bunch of rats and then immediately sack the snail to draw cards
Mhm.
and ping, because like it's such a great card draw engine because it doesn't have to be huge. You can set it off when it's got like 3 or 4 counters on it, but I never had enough to do it immediately. And then by the time it came around to the next turn, something was happening and it was gone. So it was like I wasn't able to really take advantage of it. So I don't know. Like I might just not be able to make rat decks well enough. I have to say, it might come apart. I don't
It
know.
might just not last. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Red decks are a very particular breed of deck style, so I wouldn't feel too bad about it.
It can be persnickety.
For sure.
I've never tried to make a rat deck. Like I've made lots of other kindred decks, and a lot of them are much easier to make. But like, I don't think I've ever made like a monocolor tribal deck, and even like, I feel like some of the rats you're just like pigeonholed into just sort of like relentless rat style, almost
Right.
like.
And that's what it originally started as.
Yeah.
And I thought, oh, this would be great. But like I said, that whole one toughness thing just makes them
Yeah.
like easily destroyed. And then adding in the blue and a red with Wick gives it more options. But like, I might have like it's either retool it into like more, like maybe put like the red enchantments of like the ones where every time a creature comes in, it pings everybody.
Oh, like Size of Gasol type effects and things like that.
Yeah, stuff like that. Maybe I don't know, but it's not even making that tokens or I don't know. So
No, yeah.
there's ways to do it, I'm sure. It's just like I don't know that I really after I've had it for a while and it's done okay. I don't know if I really want to put more time and money into it to try and make it good,
Right.
as opposed to maybe just take it apart, call it the take the loss, and then just move on to decks I enjoy more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the challenge with decks. Like when you're like, it's cool to have a variety of decks, right? Oh, it's cool to be like, yeah, I've got a rat deck, but it's like if it's like I'm not really enjoying playing it as a thing, or like I'm not even like lending it to someone so they could that like. I have decks that I'm like, I don't really play this deck, but I know people that really like this, so I keep it together. So when I'm with them, they borrow it and use it type deal. But it's like, I don't know. That's a challenge.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, for everybody that's still watching with us, thanks for hanging out with us. We are doing this charity stream today. We're raising money for the Trevor Project and Trans Lifeline. So, of course, there is the little links. If you're watching us on Twitch, there's the little, pinned message up there so you guys can be able to donate or just spread the word, let people know, do the sharing the message on Blue Sky, Twitter if you're still over there. I'm barely there anymore. Instagram, all that kind of good stuff there. But we're going to kind of wrap up this pod. We did a nice little long grindy game of us trying to deal with the arch enemy of LevDev, and we're unsuccessful there. But so we'll go around, we'll do a little kind of
Kuro. We watched Kuro try and deal with LevDev.
That's really it. Yeah.
A tale as old as time.
Kuro tried. I played lands and passed. One of my favorite things to do. It's great.
I just like slipped over Kuro's back, saying, "Watch out for that hit coming!"
Yeah, look out! Here's a rat. Get ready. So let's go around, do some kind of like let people know where they can find your cool stuff, and then we'll kind of wrap it up for the first pod for today. So, Brian, why don't you start us off?
All right, I am Brian, the Unskilled Commander. Find me on YouTube, Blue Sky, and TikTok are my biggest, but also on Instagram and Threads as well. I do comedy skits, which I'm really proud of. I think they're worth a chuckle. I also do deck techs and like I present like possible combos and stuff like that. Also discussionary topics where it's like, hey, this thing in Commander, what do you think about this or this? But also mainly I created the Unskilled Commander to do charity streams here on Twitch so I can raise money for Extra Life, which is really near and dear to me, my heart. So I have one coming up in May, so check my socials and follow along so that you'll get the announcements. Will be out on Monday for that. And that's basically it, Nan. Thank you very much for inviting me to this. I always like to help charities, and it's always fun to play with you guys. So it was a good game.
Yeah, I'm glad you could join us today. It was great. All right, Kuro, you're up. Mr. Abzan today.
Oh, Mr. Abzan. Yeah, you can find me at twitch.tv/Kurohitsuki. I will be playing later today. Actually, I'll be doing the big old Tarkir Vorthos stream. So if you're looking for more of this deck with some slight upgrades, because I'm going to run to the card store right now and pick up some cards I need. But yeah, if you like Commander, if Commander is a form of self-expression to you, it is to me. So let's hang out and play some Magic games, or at least talk about Magic and have a good old time. Yeah, that'll be all.
Excellent. Thanks, girl. All right, Mr. Archenemy, LevDev. Finish us
Hello,
off.
LevDev. Well, I was definitely the arch enemy there with the Mardu shenanigans, but you can find me on Blue Sky where I have more innocent takes on my card analysis shenanigans. Just
Slightly
yeah,
innocent. Slightly
Commander, I
innocent.
can range from either being not the threat to the threat pretty quick. I'm starting to discover, so that's an interesting. Well, not really a discovery. It's kind of a given at this point, but still, nevertheless, I mostly like to do card analysis and such. Also, just will be getting ready to work on a video for showing my love for the Tarkia set, since the set was pretty awesome sauce, if I'm being honest. I mean, it gave me Mardu Gimbal. That makes me happy. Bada bit, bada boop, to you.
I love it. Yeah, there were some really cool cards in the cons stuff, like the Tarkir. I have not built any new commanders yet from it, but I keep looking and pulling new cards and be like, "Ooh, this will be great in this deck." So like, I haven't even gone through all the like commander like exclusive cards that came out just from the main set. I've been going through stuff, so I'm excited.
Some of the Commander
dive in.
exclusive cards are insane.
Yeah,
They're really good.
Yeah, so
They're really good.
That's gonna be my like next week plan. It's like stream's over, don't have to stress about that anymore. Let's go actually dive into some more Magic related stuff. But yeah, so that's gonna be it for our first pod. For those that are kind of watching with us, stick with us for a little bit. We'll do a little overlay stream real quick so we can kind of rotate guests in and out and get stuff ready for the second pod. But that's gonna be it. So thank you all my wonderful guests for coming and hanging out with us. We'll see you guys in a little bit.